And he's also the brother of Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta. He's also a close friend and a major fundraiser for Bill and Hillary Clinton. Now, the Podesta group, we reported, worked with Paul Manafort to lobby on behalf of Ukrainian interests in the United States without properly registering at the time under the Foreign Agent Registration Act, which is called FARA. Manafort got in big trouble for that. He's now being held in solitary confinement. He's looking at a life sentence behind bars. And Tony Podesta? Whatever happened to him? Well, tonight we can report exclusively, based on two separate sources we spoke to today, that Tony Podesta has been offered immunity by Robert Mueller to testify against Paul Manafort. In other words, for a near identical crime, Bill and Hillary's friend could skate and emerge completely unscathed, while Paul Manafort may rot in jail. Only one of them made the mistake of chairing Donald Trump's presidential campaign.
Shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
Hey, it's me. Welcome to Trump Mafia. Now, I show that clip as an intro because Mother Tucker is explaining how Tony Podesta is working with Mueller, and of course we're talking about the Podesta group. Now, I made a video showing that in 2014 Speaker John Boehner and Trey Gowdy took money from the Podesta group, and then they fixed the Benghazi hearings. Speaker Boehner organizing the Benghazi hearings and then appointing Trey Gowdy. And it's not a coincidence that they both took money from the Podesta group. As you know, John Podesta was the lawyer for Hillary Clinton and then campaign manager. But I did some more digging, and it turns out in 2018, this year, you have several Republicans that took money from the Podesta groups. I guess I'll put the graph in detail at the Trump Mafia headquarters. But notable names: Paul Ryan and of course Trey Gowdy taking money from the Podesta group in 2018. And as you know, he's been praising Robert Mueller for more than a year now, and it's Robert Mueller giving immunity to the Podesta people. And so do you really expect Trey Gowdy to investigate Hillary Clinton, who is tied closely to the Podesta people? Of course not. He's not going to do anything. He's being bought and paid for by the Podesta group, and he's probably taking money from others as well. Now, some notable names on the Senate side: Lindsey Graham, what a surprise. Jeff Flake, what a surprise. And John Cornyn, yeah, that's maybe a surprise. And these people have a lot of sway when it comes to some of the judges and everything else, so it's pretty concerning. Now, also note who is not on the list: Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz, Ron DeSantis, not on the list, and of course other people, because the ones I mentioned are the names that you know. The other Republicans are like the unknowns, unless you live in that state. As I said, you can look at the detail at the Trump Mafia headquarters instead of using a magnifying glass right now. It's kind of hard to put all of it on one picture. But if you really look at some of the behaviors of some of these people, you had Lindsey Graham coming out and crafting a bill to protect Robert Mueller, and he had support, of course. You have Paul Ryan, doing a great thing by activating Devin Nunes, but at the same time creating a joint task force with Bob Goodlatte and Trey Gowdy, and they're experts at making it seem like they're doing a lot, and they're doing nothing meaningful anyway. And so it's being fixed for Hillary Clinton, because who got the responsibility to check Uranium One and the Hillary email server investigation? Trey Gowdy in the Oversight Committee, so you know it's not going anywhere. And that's why Chairman Devin Nunes came out giving a list to Trey Gowdy and Bob Goodlatte, people to interview. And several of those people are Hillary campaign managers and advisors. And let's see if Trey Gowdy finds an excuse not to interview these people, or he just ignores Chairman Nunes and his letter. But if you look at Robert Mueller giving immunity to Tony Podesta and the Podesta group, in fact he gave them a heads up to fix their papers, and instead of giving Paul Manafort the same courtesy, no, he's indicted and charged and throwing a book at him, if you will. But is that fair? No. So you can see that Robert Mueller is a Democrat hack protecting the funds of the Democrats and people connected to Hillary Clinton, while going after someone who's connected to Trump in a small way, who's only head of the campaign for a very short period of time. But still, it tells you everything you need to know about Robert Mueller. And considering that some of these twerps took money from the Podesta group, you can see how they're not investigating Mueller and not criticizing Mueller and looking the other way and not talking about the Podesta brothers. And those that are talking about the Podestas, they're the ones that did not take money, as you can see from the picture. And so it's very sad, because it seems to really work in the swamp. You pay off the right people, like Trey Gowdy, Speaker Paul Ryan, Speaker Boner, and Lindsey Graham, and that's it, right? You fixed it.
Say, all right, all right, all right.